morning to you. This is an English edition of Dalsan TV, Somalia's premier TV station. My name is Abdulrazak Ali. Let's have a look at some of our top stories. Somalia's minister issues warning to local businessmen dealing with Al-Shabaab. Government claims killing of dozens of Al-Shabaab fighters. Somalia joins other nations in providing aid to Turkey after earthquakes. Once again, my name is Abdulrazak Ali. At least 32 Al-Shabaab fighters have been killed and dozens wounded following clashes with Somali forces in central Somalia, officials have said. In a statement, the Somali military said its forces, in cooperation with local clan militias, launched an operation to hunt down Al-Shabaab in an area in the southern Mudug region.
At least 32 Al-Shabaab fighters have been killed and dozens wounded following clashes with Somali forces in central Somalia, officials said. In a statement, the Somali military said its forces, in cooperation with local clan militias, launched an operation to hunt down Al-Shabaab in an area in the southern Mudug region. According to the Somali National Army statement, the fighters were killed in the fighting which took place in Qayqat town. The forces boasted that they recovered weapons and other military assortments. Mid-last year, the Somali government, backed by local clan militias, launched operation against Al-Shabaab fighters in south-central Somalia. The allied forces liberated dozens of villages and towns in Hiran, Galgaduud, Mudug and Mid-Shabelle region. The government also claimed to have killed more than 2,000 Al-Shabaab fighters since the operation commenced last year.
Now, the Prime Minister of the federal government of Somalia, Hamza Abdi Barre, has formed an 11-member national committee to coordinate support for victims of the Turkish earthquake. The committee aims to demonstrate solidarity between the Somali government and its people with the Turkish people. The Somali Prime Minister Hamza Abdi Barre has formed an 11-member national committee to coordinate support for victims of the Turkish earthquake. The committee aims to demonstrate solidarity between the Somali government and its people with the Turkish people. The Somali Prime Minister has emphasized that international support for Turkey, which was hit by a massive disaster, will not abandon the Somali people. The appointed committee members include the Minister of Justice and the Constitution, Hassan Muallim Mahmoud, the Minister of Interior, Federal and Reconciliation, Ahmed Maalim Fiqi, the Minister of Education, Farah Sheikh Abdul Qadir, Sheikh Bashir Ahmed Salad, Sheikh Abdul Qadir Somo, and Professor Hussein Iman. Somalia and Turkey have a long-standing partnership, bilateral relations, and engage in close development cooperation. Somalia has an embassy in Ankara and Turkey maintains an embassy in Mogadishu. On Thursday, Djibouti donated $1 million in cash and a second batch of relief goods to Turkey to aid those affected by the recent twin earthquakes. The Djibouti ambassador to Ankara made the cash donation to the Turkish Disaster and Emergency Management AFAD. The relief goods include generators, projectors, blankets, pullovers and thermal garments donated by the Djibouti's company. Now, the United Nations Development Programme UNDP and Somalia have launched an ambitious solar mini-grids program to increase access to electricity in the country.
The United Nations Development Programme and Somalia have launched an ambitious solar mini-grids program to increase access to electricity in the country. UNDP resident representative in Somalia, Jocelyn Mason, said in a joint statement released Monday evening in Mogadishu, the capital of Somalia, that 65% of people don't have access to electricity in Somalia. The Somalia Project of Africa Mini-Grids program will bring new development opportunities to rural communities while contributing to putting the country on a sustainable development path. The program, which is funded by the Global Environment Facility, the Africa Mini-Grids program, is a regional energy access program led by UNDP in partnership with Rocky Mountain Institute, a leading think tank based in Colorado that monitors and projects energy trends worldwide, and the Africa Development Bank. The AMP works with 21 countries in sub-Saharan Africa to promote scaled-up investment in solar mini-grids to increase access to sustainable, affordable energy while supporting climate action. Jama Takal, Somalia's Minister of Energy and Water Resources, said the program will increase access to clean energy and improve service delivery.
Meanwhile, the National Intelligence and Security Agency, that is NISA, has issued a warning to business people who were recently summoned by Al-Shabaab militant group, according to a statement from the National Intelligence. The National Intelligence and Security Agency, NISA, has issued a warning to businessmen who were recently summoned by Al-Shabaab militant group, according to a statement from the National Intelligence Agency. According to the agency's statement, Al-Shabaab has ordered some Mogadishu businessmen to travel and meet with them in the Lower Shabelle region. The statement, which was published on the agency's Twitter page, also warned Somalis in areas close to Al-Shabaab, as the statement stated that the group is always a target for security agencies. This warning from the NISA comes as the Forensic Investigation Center (FRC) issued tough decisions related to terror financing and money laundering in different parts of the country. The center has directed the telecommunication companies and telephone services providers as well as mobile money service providers to register their SIM cards with at least a photograph and a fingerprint for each customer with a new SIM card. We have come to the end of Dalsan TV English News. My name is Abdulrazak Ali, and have a good evening.